Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nuuli Forged. We are a 5e actual play stream where me and 6 of my friends play D&D in the world of Nuuli, which came out of my brain, and these 6 folks are brave enough to venture forth for their own masochistic reasons. Tonight we are down a Matt. He is currently on a plane from there to here, so he will not.
Of the flying variety, not the geometric variety.
Well, we don't actually know how planes work. Like they could just. We don't know. Nobody knows what's in a plane engine.
Schrodinger's plane.
Yeah. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. So he will be back next time. But in the meantime, let's go around and say our hellos. Introduce yourself and your character, and we'll dive into a quick recap and get started on the fun. I'll start at the top of the ladder with Sarah.
Oh, hey, that's me. My name is Sarah, and I play Endra Grandspark, who is a halfling wizard.
Glorious. Thank you. Going on down to Tanner.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm playing Lunine, the Hexblood Fighter.
Wonderful. When we got Amber.
Hello, I am Amber, and I play Ozo, the halfling monk.
Great. And Mike.
Hello, I am Mike. I play Renata Solangel, the Bard Warlock.
Wonderful. And Jeff.
Hello, I'm Jeff, and I play Selenar. He is a full elf druid.
Wonderful. And I am Jared, your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. I play everyone and everything else that is not the 6 player characters. And that's that. I've got it. Thank you for the Pikachus. And a big shout out to Lily Jones 12, who gave us a follow a few hours ago. So thank you, Lily Jones.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Wonderful. Well, that all being said, let's dive into last time on Nuuli Forged. Last time on Nuuli Forged, our heroes, Andra, Corvus, Lunine, Ozo, Renata, and Selenar, survived a flash storm aboard the moss-eaten mold. These dangerous, violent storms are unique to the Boiling Strait. They are created by the extreme heat from the sea bubbling, boiling up, rising, and hitting the cold air in the sky. These resulting storms are fierce and fast, and while most of the party sequestered themselves in their cabin, Corvus stayed on deck to assist the crew, and was on deck when a massive wave of boiling water struck down over the deck of the ship. Corvus was badly injured, and 2 crewfolk were knocked unconscious by the extreme shock of this boiling water hitting them. Corvus then helped Trox carry the injured to the deck cabin to keep them safe, and rode out the storm sequestered therein with the rest of his allies. While there, they were able to stabilize the poor crewmen who had succumbed to the wave, and the storm passed. The ship continued on late into the night, where, though exhausted, some of the party agreed to aid the ship's night crew. During the changeover, in the dark of the night, the crew was forced to battle another round of shark folk, jaw crabs, and a sharkin crab. During this battle, one of the crewmen, a human named Posser, lost his life in the battle. The following day, during a memorial service that was held, Lunine noticed something when Trox presented the fallen man's personal effects to the captain. As Trox inventoried the meager items, Lunine offered assistance and skimmed through the man's journal, discovering a pressed leaf inside, which wouldn't be too out of the ordinary, except this leaf was still bright green and possessed opaline veins running through it. A leaf that should not be there, and one that he recognized from his home. He quickly read the passage and learned that Posser had won it in a card game against a purple-eyed and red-skinned tiefling at a bar called The Clam in a town known as Shorebank. Unsure of where that is. Lunine ran to the captain and sought his aid in getting there and getting some information. Captain Saltcrust agreed to help him find passage once they were docked in Cliffside, but not until after Lunine revealed his origins, mainly that he is a being from the Fey realm, as he told the Furbold captain. Lunine offered a favor in exchange for the captain's aid, symbolized by the trading of a dangly ornament with like a crest of some kind upon it. And then Lunine gathered his compatriots, his friends, and revealed his true origins and identity, that of Marquise Lunine Rachel Dusklight, not just any old person born in the Fae, but nobility. And we pick up there on the inside your little cabin on board the Moss-Eaten Mold, Lunine having just revealed his heritage and origin to you all.
Can I help you?
Apparently you're all dumbstruck by this revelation.
I mean, Ozo
So-
doesn't know what that means. So, okay. Sure.
I thought we had last episode we had all volunteered to help him on his little quest.
You had talked about it after we officially ended the episode, but we're doing a little recap here at the end.
So, you're tall. Does that mean you're not human?
A lot of people are tall. People from my home are taller.
Dude, everyone's tall to me. Except
Well, then
Ozo.
why would you ask that kind of question?
Meanwhile, Lunine also does have those green and purple patches
Oh,
of
right.
skin and the kind of leaves and branches that kind of grow around his head
I forgot how colorful he was.
and pointed ears.
Mhm.
I
I
remember
mean-
now.
Forked ears.
Forked ears, sorry.
Forked
right.
ears.
Mm-hmm.
If I recall from session 0, Lunine claimed to not remember how he came to the woods near the Verdentious Causeway. Right, that's what was said.
No, I just didn't know fully what happened.
Right. Okay, so Selenar just asks again, do you remember how you got from the Fey realm to our world?
My friend brought me to this weird old house with a weird old man, and he did some magic, and I ended up here.
What kind of magic?
Do I look like the magic type?
Kinda.
Actually, yeah, you do.
You come from the realm of elf magic. I assume nothing.
Well, I hit things with a sword because I don't use magic.
I've seen you do magic.
Oh, the plant thing? I could just do that. It's just a thing.
Okay, that's fucking magic, though.
I can just
got
make
you there.
flowers. I highly doubt flowers are magic.
Oh, it depends on the flower.
Well, I meant the ones I make. Regardless, I
Well,
hit
any-
things with a sword because that's it.
Well, any link between the Fey realm and our world is worth investigating on my feelings.
I mean, as long as we're not in trouble with cash, I don't know.
Yes, cash.
I mean-
Sure, Marquise. Do we have to call you my lord? Or
Your Majesty.
sir, at least? I've read that there are different ways of addressing, depending on the title.
Well.
Yeah, but
formerly
that's
was-
just
Are
like
you
polite
a
bullshit.
liege?
We've been
Lord.
together for weeks at this point. He is Lunine.
But that would be impolite.
Yeah, but I mean, look around you. This isn't exactly polite.
Okay, but there's no reason to not be polite if it's easy to be
I
polite.
think those shark people are polite. Lots of things
No.
are impolite.
Lunine, would you prefer that we still refer to you as Lunine, or is there's some other name that is more preferable?
New name is fine.
Do you see?
Okay,
Not impolite.
that's fine.
However, should the situation arise, we'd prefer a more formal title if I need to use it.
Okay.
Which is
Encountering nobility. Certain fey creatures that our friends might be aligned with.
Well, you let us know when that is.
yeah.
Oh,
Just
I'm
give the
sure-
signal.
Oh, I will.
Because I ain't standing on ceremony this whole damn trip.
Cause what?
Said I'm not standing on ceremony this whole damn trip. I got enough of that at home.
Fair enough. Well, I'll leave you all to the rest of your day. We still have to get to Cliffside.
Hopefully soon.
I'm pretty sure we got a ways. Didn't they say it was going to take us like a month?
Yes.
And we've been on this ship for like over 2 weeks.
Well,
Okay.
the captain had mentioned yesterday the boiling water with the storm marked the halfway of the passage, so we do still have some ways to go.
Well, hopefully no more shark and folk and crab and shark claws and whatever the hell they are. But I will leave all of you to the whatever you plan to do for the rest of our journey. Ludine will just turn on his heel and leave the cabin.
Cool.
Is it still storming out there?
Good day, sir.
No, the
Storm
storm
already passed.
passed days ago.
Yeah, this was like morning after they already did the funeral, right?
Yeah,
For the guy.
Alright.
yeah. It's about an hour and a half or so after the memorial service for Posser. Ozo, you notice that Corvus doesn't say much throughout the whole, hey, I'm really from the Fae, and I'm, this marquee thing, and I need to get to this place that I don't really know where it is. And he just kind of keeps to himself, and even behind the mask, you can tell, because you're well enough acquainted through his body language, that his mind is racing a mile a minute. Like, he's trying to think what he should do.
Cool.
But he doesn't
I
speak up,
will-
and he just kind of keeps to himself.
That's fine. I will, I'm gonna go find the halflings that were teaching Corvus ropes to let Corvus think. And
Yeah.
go see if I can learn again. Try again.
Definitely. You can you can definitely do that. While they go off and do that, does anybody else want to do anything specific for the rest of this day? As this ship is just kind of sailing.
I'm going to seek out Fira if she's not actively busy.
She
I'm
was
gonna kind of poke around and see if she's like chilling out or if she's like busy.
She was at the memorial service, but doing a quick glance on deck, you don't see her. But like, you've been on
Right.
board long enough, like, you know where she bunks.
I will go peek, but I'm kind of scared of her, so I'm not going to go like barging in, but I am going to go see if I can find her and if she seems to be
Okay, so
Like,
you go off and do that.
asleep, busy,
Cool.
upset about whatever.
Anybody else have objectives or goals for the immediate future?
I would go, especially now that the ship is short-handed, and try to offer any help or, try. This is a much larger ship than Selenar is used to, but maybe I can be of assistance.
Great.
I imagine wherever Ozo is, we're probably both doing the same.
Fantastic. Renata, you want to do anything?
Nothing more specific than what I'm already doing most days, just playing a guitar.
Okay, so you're just noodling. Are you staying in the cabin or going on deck?
Let's get some fresh air. Let's be on deck.
Great. And Lunine, did you have an objective in mind when you left?
He'll just go up to the crow's nest and keep watch while just contemplating next courses of action.
Wonderful. So, Ozo and Selenar, you both find Gam and Pag. They're two of the halflings that was teaching Corvus to tie ropes earlier, and have kind of been teaching anyone of you who wants to learn during the day. They've been kind of doing that, and they put you to work. It seems like the captain has whittled down the crew so that the day shift is the skeleton crew, and the night shift is the more stocked. Seems like they tell you that he thinks with the amount of attacks we've gotten in the night, it just seems like the smarter idea. So your help is greatly appreciated. Both of you can make intelligence checks to see how much you learn throughout the day.
I will say, when I'm imagining boat travel with a bard on board is like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, wherever you're traveling up the rivers, you just have the boat playing music.
It's very Black Flag when you select all the sea shanties and get all those.
Mm-hmm.
Very much.
Yeah, basically that's what I'm imagining, is just anytime the boat's moving, there's music going.
Background music.
Yeah, the world map music.
Sally in the alley, hey, hey, Sally in the alley. Anyway, Ozo, you do manage to learn a couple of knots. You get the clove hitch down and the like a sheep shank. You get those down pretty good. Selenar, you know a lot of the like basic knots, so you pick up on this very, very quickly throughout the day. It's at a grander scale, and like some of the like routine is different, but the overall scope is the same. Like you had small like little sails, like little tiny sailboats here and there, and these are just more intricate forms of that. So the pulley system is familiar, although not well known, but you pick it up really quickly. So by the end of the day, you are on it. You can pretty much sub in for any of the basic functions of the crew if needed.
Sweet.
Yeah. Renata, while you're strumming away, just go ahead and roll a performance check for me.
Sure thing.
And are you practicing music or are you making new music?
Ooh, good question. Or they practicing new music.
Great. So you're doodling around. Yeah, you come up with some catchy little ditties.
Sorry, that was perception, not performance. Performance would be like another +3, so 16.
Okay, great. Yeah, you definitely make some progress in your next song. So that's great. Andra.
Yeah.
You go on the hunt for Fira. You go down to where her cabin is. You know which door it is. You knock.
Can I hear any noise from through the door?
Make a perception check. You don't hear anything.
Shit. Yes, I will knock on the door. Gently. Tap, tap.
Yeah. A few moments goes by, and she opens the door a bit and says, "Yeah? Oh, Andre, right? She looks a little, like,
Yes.
tired, but... Sorry, I was just, working on some stuff. What do you need?"
I'm so sorry. If you're busy, I can come back. I can come back later.
Ah, you got me. What do you need?
Begging your pardon, ma'am, and I in this past battle, there was a point where your book fell to the ground, and I picked it up and tried to keep it safe for you. And I know you got it back because it floated away and went back to you. But
yeah.
I was, you see, I've got this book that some stranger gave me, and I've been having a lot of trouble deciphering it, and I was wondering if you had any time to, like, maybe help me with that. Don, if you're busy, then that's totally okay. Some other time, but I thought maybe because you had a book that maybe you would know something about books.
Well, I know a few things about books. I'm a little busy at the moment, but I'll help you out later if that's all right.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna finish this up and catch a few winks, and then I'll come find you.
Thank you. I'm gonna kind of like half curtsy and run away.
Okay, she closes the door. You do know that she shares that cabin at the moment with Kinnear and possibly Temper.
Okay.
But just, because you took up one bunk, so they've kind of all rebunked in another area.
Mm.
Don't seem put out by it. Seems a pretty common occurrence. Lunine, go ahead, make a perception check while you are up on the crow's nest. You notice a few things throughout the day. You notice...
Is it a shark and tornado?
More dead sea creatures.
Crab tarantulas.
Crabnado.
Oh god.
You do notice with a 16, many miles behind you, you see a dark storm cloud rear up, like within minutes. You think another flash storm is occurring, but it's behind you and it's not coming towards you.
Great.
But you see it pull up again. Like you see those, like, and it's almost like a funnel cloud in a way.
Of sharks.
Oh god.
No. I mean, if you guys want to face a Sharknado, I will put a Sharknado in here.
Stop.
No.
I'll do it.
We're ready.
One more level, and then we'll be ready.
How do you think you get to level 3? You gotta survive the Sharknado.
As long as Tara Reid comes to our rescue.
She doesn't exist in this world. Sorry.
Damn it.
Damn.
But otherwise, the day is fairly cloudy. Which isn't the worst thing. It helps cut down on the heat. That's just kind of like... Between being so close to like the equatorial line of this planet, and not that you would know what that is, but it's just the air is hot here, and then like there's all that heat from the water that's also kind of boiling up. It's very warm, so the clouds are offering a nice respite from part of it anyway.
No more shadows in the water?
Not over the course of the day as you are watching around. Seems like pretty clear at the moment. Andra, about after after your evening meal, when the night crew is about to kind of shape over, Fira comes and finds you and asks to see this book you're talking about.
So, some super mysterious guy gave this to me, and I don't really know much about it except that it appears to be in like a code or something, and I've been trying to decode it, and I'm not having much luck. So I have no idea what it's about, and anything that, you know, I don't know. And I will show her my secret book.
Yeah, she takes a look at it. Okay. Well, let's see. This is a little, based on the introduction, this is a little outside my realm, but yeah, let's give it a shot. All right, what do you got here? Let's see. And she starts kind of humming along. Bowie is just kind of floating next to her.
I will kind of sneak peeks at Bowie and see. Like, I'm sort of fascinated by the floating book idea.
Yeah.
Like, not being too obvious about it, because I'm also like low-key terrified of this woman.
Yeah. Yeah, she spends a while looking at it, and then she like turns around and kind of like opens Bowie and kind of like flicks through a few pages and then back a few. Okay. All right. So, after just cursorily looking through like the first chapter or so, this code kind of leads me to think that you need to perform this ritual of the chapter to get through each chapter. Like, it seems like, at least in the first chapter, right, there's you need all these various bits and bobs and pieces of stuff. Like, you need a branch from a dead elm and a mushroom from the northern side of a rock, and like all these other weird things. I don't know how much of that you may have gleaned.
I mean, I got that it was a list of weird ass shit, but
yeah,
I didn't really.
Right. So apparently you perform this ritual with all those, and it helps you read the next chapter. So presumably every chapter's got that.
Okay.
Which is fucking weird. Like, it's weird.
Wicked weird.
It's wicked weird.
Wicked weird.
Wicked weird. She's from Boston.
Yeah, I was about to say, oh, she's
Really?
from Boston.
Yeah. It kind of has like a weird, like, necromantic vibe to it, which ain't bad. It's just, you know, you can do all kinds of useful shit with necromancy, but
Like what?
well, you know, like, you can sometimes bringing people back from the dead is sometimes necromantic. Sometimes it's actually, anytime you bring someone back to life, I guess it'd be necromancy. But you know, there's spells like I've seen you do that. The chill touch spell is what I know it as. That's necromantic. You know, like, necromancy's gets a bad rap. I mean, it's not my specialty necessarily. I'm still kind of dabbling in my own thing, but you know, it's fine. Taking it too far is like, oh, I'm going to raise an army of skeletons and like take over the kingdom. That's kind of bad necromancy.
People can do that?
I mean, there hasn't been anyone doing that for a fucking long time, but yeah, like, you know, there's legends of that kind of shit happening, you know, during the break-in, pre-break-in, you know. If you study your history, depending on which histories you're studying, like, you'll find this kind of shit out.
Alright. So, like, to read the first chapter, I have to collect all these weird dead things?
Seems like it, yeah.
Alright.
Well, sorry, to read the second chapter, you have to do the ritual that's in the first chapter.
Gotcha. Can I read the list? Can I read the ritual in the first chapter?
She helps you kind of piece it together, yeah. Seems like you need these 8 random ass creepy items, and then you need to like do this chant for like an hour, and then and as you're doing the chanting, you put all the stuff together in a cauldron, and it bubbles for the hour while you're chanting, and then you anoint your eyes with the tincture that you create in this cauldron.
I see. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's an actual like spell book so much as it is like a
Weird ass cookbook.
yeah, you know, like it could be weird.
All right. Well, thank you for your help. I'm like I said, I just got this book and I just have this not the great thirst for knowledge, and so I'm trying to learn things, and so I was trying to read it.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just, I'm trying to work on my accuracy because fucking that last fight, I couldn't hit shit. The big fucking monster just kept blasting off all my spells. I don't know. I'm gonna have
Sometimes
to.
it's like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with. I'm gonna have to. I gotta stop researching into how to make buoy more useful and how to like actually be. I'm a fucking weaponeer. I'm supposed to be good at this shit.
I'm sure you're fabulous at this shit.
Well, I try. All right, I gotta get on to deck. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, later. And she walks up on deck.
The ingredients that she helped me decipher.
Mhm.
Like, are they things that I could get if I went looking, or what am I looking for?
Yeah, so let's talk about that list. Okay, so here's what you need. You need a twig from a dead elm,
Okay.
a mushroom grown on the north side of a boulder, brackets in the shade.
Sure.
You need a rat that's been dead for no more than 24 hours.
Oh, don't put that in your eyes.
Uh-huh.
A flask of oil anointed by a holy individual. It doesn't prescribe a faith, it just says a holy individual.
Okay. And I need a cauldron.
Yes, you need a cauldron. It doesn't specify like a type of cauldron.
Okay.
And like that doesn't seem to be one of the 8 ingredients.
Right. I just need a large vessel to put them all in.
Yeah. But it's not like, oh, you need a cauldron worth 500 gold or anything like that. Like that.
Right, or made of silver or made of whatever.
Yeah.
It's just a container.
Right. You need it says a wineskin full of water from a fresh spring. Taken at midnight.
All right.
The next thing you need is the feather of a raptor that has killed prey, like a raptor that's freshly killed something. So like a hawk that just ate a cat or something like that.
Uh-huh.
The 7th thing you need
Mm-hmm.
is a finger bone of a humanoid.
Okay.
And the last thing you need is a drop of your own blood.
Well, that's easy. All right.
And you seem to like put all this stuff together. There's a point where like after the chanting for an hour, you light it on fire, stir it up, and then anoint your eyes with the tincture.
Okay. Chant for an hour, set it on fire, anoint eyes.
Yeah, it's weird.
Most expensive magical spa treatment ever.
Yes.
With rat juice.
Dead rat juice.
Couple of weird items in that brew, but you know.
And I assume I probably let it cool before I anoint my eyes with it.
No,
It doesn't.
You have to burn your eyes also.
It doesn't say one way or the other, actually. So who's to know?
All right.
Cool. Yeah. So that is what you get off of that. So the next couple of days, somebody go ahead and roll a d4 for me. Don't
I
everybody
can
jump
tell
at
that
once?
Mike and Jeff are
Selenar.
both moving.
All right.
Right.
Go ahead, roll a d12 for me, Selenar. Or someone, or it doesn't matter.
Can't hear you.
Great. Can you hear me now?
No.
It was me. I was talking, but I
Oh.
had myself muted.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. So over the next couple of days, the weather stays kind of cloudy, but you don't hit another flash storm, luckily. Up in the crow's nest, Lunine, you eventually see a pod of dolphins, kind of, or actually, I don't know if you'd know they are dolphins, but you see long fish creatures with little flippers and like long kind of beaked bodily noses, and they are like jumping through the waves here, kind of long and sleek.
Sharkoffins.
Oh, Jesus. They're actually, was it instead of an anglerfish? It uses the pot of dolphins. Captain? I don't know what that is. And I'll point in that direction.
Yeah, Captain Saltcrust looks over. They are dolphins. This is good. This must mean we are reaching a more temperate area. This is the best part of the trip. The dolphins, they are a good sign.
No more shark people?
Well, we're not out of the woods yet, as it were. And he laughs to his joke.
If only there were woods.
I think we are definitely out of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you continue on your merry little way here. Where do you all like hang out during the day? Once you kind of get yourself going. There's a couple sailors on deck here. Kevin and Trox are, up on the quarterdeck on the aft of the ship. Gam and Pag are up in the rigging. Lunine, are you just hanging out up in the crow's nest?
Yeah, I've been doing a decent perceptification job.
Great. Andra, where are you hanging out?
I'm definitely on deck where there's fresh air, but
Okay.
behind some crates or behind some stuff, trying to stay out of A, the bright sun, and B, the way.
Cool. So do you think you'd be on like the front of the ship, the back of the ship, the middle of the ship?
So where our cabin opens, there's those stairs. Is there like an under the stairs?
No.
No, huh?
I mean, there's storage there, but there's not like you can't like.
There's not like a nook.
No, it seems to be that's where they keep like repair pieces for like the mangonel and the ballista, stuff like
Gotcha.
that.
So I would probably be like maybe all the way at the front if there's like a space like between like the ballista and the rail?
Yeah, definitely. Renata, are you strumming away somewhere?
I am. I'll be the front of the ship.
Okay, so you're hanging out over there with Andra. Cool. And
Yep.
Ozo and Selenar.
I am wherever Gam and Pag put me. And if they've not put me somewhere, I'm going to go and just sit quietly with Lulu.
Cool. Yeah, they'll definitely put you to work. They ask you to deal with some lines over on the back of the ship. So you're dealing with coils of rope and stuff there.
Cool.
Selenar.
Probably on the back corner,
Cool. So yeah.
gazing back towards home.
Cool. So yeah, you're looking out there, maybe helping with the occasional rope coiling project, because these are some long ropes. Nothing you're not inherently used to, though. And there's a couple other crew people doing stuff on the main deck. Lunine, go ahead, make another perception check for me.
Whale.
Cool. Yeah, it's a fairly calm day. Like, you saw those dolphins the other day, like yesterday evening, and so you can tell that the water's not bubbling as rapidly as it once was, so that's a good sign. Unfortunately, you don't notice the massive shape that appears beneath the ship as you all are sailing.
Oh, good.
Which means you also don't realize until it's too late that a massive tentacle has snaked its way onto the deck and wrapped itself around one of the crew until it's too late, and this poor crew member is like up in the air flailing around in this tentacle as a tentacled creature like pulls itself up onto the deck with the lower body of a crab, 4 tentacles where the arms should be, and a massive hammerhead shark head.
Oh, man.
The dreaded Sharktocrab has appeared. So I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
What the hell? Whatever you have, I want some, because
Did you have fun finding these creatures for this last couple of games?
I will have you know I made all of these creatures. I was inspired, but I did make them all.
were you watching the old Sci-Fi Channel?
No, I was sitting at my desk thinking, how can I fuck with these people?
Oh my god, a 3! It's
Just
another
give us
week of
weird
3s.
creatures. We love weird creatures.
I'll just sit
Love
back here while you all have a turn.
Not as
I
much
would
as
love-
Nereus loved weird creatures, but
I just blew them up. Greg would love to see the science behind these.
Oh man, Greg
Yeah.
would be so into this. Don't remind me. I'm trying to be Ozo, dude. Trying to be chill, thoughtful, slightly
Not-
eerie,
Not high strung.
not high strong.
Not high strong.
Sharktopus, is that what this is called?
The Sharktocrab.
Sharktocrab.
Sharktocrab, yes, of course.
Crab.
Shark the crabapus.
Sharktocrabopotamus.
Shark
Oh,
the crab.
no.
Oh, and it's a hippopotamus.
No, that's a different creature.
Oh God.
Yeah, hippos
I
are
want
just
a
mean. They don't even want to
sharktopus
eat
for
you.
Christmas.
They're just pissed off.
Yeah. So, the first thing. I think I have everybody. Lunine, Renata, Andra, Ozo, Selenar. Yeah, that's everybody. Corvus has been on the night shift, so he's like sleeping. He's been helping out the night crew.
Mhm.
The past couple nights.
At the first sound of any kind of hubbub, by now Andrew just casts mage armor the second she hears any kind of ruckus.
Yeah, I mean, it's got an 8-hour duration. We can say that you cast it,
Yeah.
you know, whenever. Just mark off
Yeah.
the spell slot, and I'm fine with that.
Yep.
So, let's bring you on over to the map. The familiar map of the moss-eaten mold. Dun, 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 dun,
Get out
Oh my
the
god,
map.
it's so pretty.
Ah!
What the fuck?
It's so pretty.
Love it. Can we zoom in on that?
What the ludicrous! I'm trying to zoom in right now.
Behold, the Sharktocrab!
Sharktocrab.
Dun, 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 dun,
Is that a
dun.
person in front of it, or is that one of its limbs?
No, that's a person in the foreground to give us. It is a huge, like 15-foot tall creature, with like tentacles that are like writhing out to these four tentacles. Well, one of the tentacles is currently wrapped around a poor sailor, but
Sure.
This better
yeah.
be the final boss of the ocean.
it is there. So those of you on the back of the ship notice that the first thing that happens is two more shark folk kind of come up over the railings, following after this thing, and they
Can we just drop a bunch of depth charges?
Let's just blow up the whole ocean. That's right. Wanton destruction.
they each
Yeah.
try to stab Kevin and Trox, one each. The captain is unfortunately hit. So Kevin gets stabbed by a spear. Trox is able to dodge out of the way. And then they both... the captain wises up and kind of one hand on the wheel dodges the bite attack from the one next to him. Chomp! However, the other one anticipates Trox's movements and manages to bite Trox on the shoulder, hitting them for 5 points of piercing damage. Which is crazy. Trox is up next with Lunine on deck, followed by Renata and Andra. So you guys figure out what you're going to do. Trox reacts very quickly, leaping to attack. He grabs his longsword and swings twice at the one next to him, hitting him twice for some damage. And it looks like Trox is attacking the creature's hand. So Trox is forcing him to make a couple of strength saves. Unfortunately, this creature is strong and its grip on its spear is mighty, so Trox is unable to disarm the Sahugin. Which brings us over to Lunine.
All right. First things first.
Yeah,
I'm
you are up in the crow's nest.
Yes, I stab it. Just kidding. I pull out my longbow.
The crow's nest?
Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna
Just have
fell
your
the
sword
crow's
ready.
nest onto
Oh
this
yeah.
dragon and just fuck the whole ship. Longbow.
Yeah.
14.
What are you firing at?
Oh, sorry. This is a Haugen.
14 will hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
Sweet. 7.
Oof, a mighty blow. Twunk, arrow right in the shoulder, and the creature roars.
I would like to hop down from the crow's, or start making my way down from the crow's nest.
Cool. The crow's nest
If I can,
is
if
like
I can make
40
it
feet up.
quicker with any acrobatics checks.
If you want to try rappelling down a line, I will let you do that. It's going to rappel successfully down this line, an acrobatics check. It's going to be a DC 15 acrobatics check.
I'm on stats. 16.
Yeah, you rappel
Got it.
down a line that's just for this purpose, because it's a ship. Of course there's a line that does this. You rappel down, you land on deck without taking any damage whatsoever. So you are good to go. It does use up all your movement. Next up, we got Renata with Andra on deck. Ozo.
Yeah, I just
There is a massive creature that has like curled up on top of you, essentially. Its massive crab legs are like digging into the deck, and it's got 3 unoccupied tentacles that are waving around like crazy.
I know, and I don't like being this close to it. So as much as I like
We'll
to
say the
blast
enemies
away
like
at
to
it,
be on top of you.
I will have to.
You chose to be in the front.
disengage.
Okay, yeah, you can disengage.
That's an action, right?
Yes.
That's an action, and then I'll just try to run away from it. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Great. Yeah. 5.
So 30 or 35?
15, 20.
30.
Your
sorry.
speed is
Had to go back
30.
up.
Yeah, you're not
Sorry, I'm on
defect anymore.
defect.
Cool. Any bonus
We should
action?
all just be tabaxi monks. And just
Yeah,
600 movement speed every other turn.
it'd be great.
Action, disengage, walked away. And I will, as a bonus action, let me give some bardic inspiration to this poor sailor that's been captured.
All right.
He can break free. So he has it.
Wonderful. He's got some bardic inspiration. He may need it. Wonderful. Andra, that brings us to you.
Cool. So the inspired dude is being waved around in a tentacle. Is there
Yeah.
anybody under this thing?
No, not at the moment. I mean,
Okay.
you're as close to under it as it can be.
Right. Cool.
Because, like, its body is large and so its legs are long, but it's not like
Right.
10 feet up in the air. It's like, got the kind of crab low to the ground body thing going on.
Sure. Cool. I am going to look up at it and say, what a ridiculous creature you are. You look like you've gotten stuck in a blender with too many things. I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter upon it.
Wonderful.
Oh god, is this thing... That, I feel like
It's
this
gonna
will
laugh.
be disturbing.
It's so good.
Wonderful. Let's look at
And the
Tasha's...
little skeletal hornpipe dancers appear.
Yeah, I love that.
They must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. With a creature of it, if it has an intelligence of less than 4, it is unaffected.
That's what I was looking for. Nope, it is affected. Great.
There you go.
The creature starts shaking and kind of, which is very disturbing. This like guttural noise.
Yeah, what's it
escaping
doing again? I didn't catch that.
One more time.
Nope, that's all you get. You get twice.
It is prone and incapacitated.
Okay, great. So it like lands to the ground. And oops, not you. You're just concentrating. So this thing just kind of crumples to the ground. So it's prone.
Does it drop the dude?
Nope.
I can't decide if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Nope. It's got the dude.
While
wrapped
it's
up
laughing,
in its
it rolls over the person. That it's great.
It's possible. Anything else, Andra?
Yeah, now that it is incapacitated, I'm going to walk my whopping 25 feet the fuck away from it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Okie dokie. Let me just check something real quick. Okay.
It can take neither actions nor reactions, and it gets to reattempt its wisdom save at the end of its turn, and every time it gets hurt.
Great. Next up, we go to Captain Cabin. Ozo, you are on deck. Cool. The captain. Aha! You Sahugin are making trouble for me again! Not this time, mon frère! And he swings his saber at it. One-handed. Successfully dealing him 10 points of damage. And then he wings out his little hand crossbow and kind of ting fires at the one next to Trox at disadvantage, and it misses. The thing like brings up its spear and it just throws off the trajectory of the dart. Ozo, we go to you.
Great. We're gonna keep things simple. We're gonna go up to this deer Sofagan and punch him. Punchy punch punch.
Yeah, go for it.
I think that a 17 hits.
Yes, and with a 7, you ponk him out, and he crumples to the ground, no longer a threat to the captain.
Oh, excellent. I guess I'm gonna circle around our friends and end up on this side then. There you go. And then I will punch this one.
Yeah, totally.
As my bonus action. Oh, that's only a 12.
A 12 will just hit.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah,
5 damage, little
These
friend.
things are like muscly and like beefy, but they're not wearing a lot of armor.
Great.
Because
Hard to swim in armor.
they live in the water, so you know.
Fair
But
enough.
Their
Alright,
their
5
hides
damage.
are tough like shark skin, but they are not wearing scale mail or anything like that.
Yeah, that's fine. I just punched it in the gill. It's fine.
Yep, absolutely. Kung, ah.
Beans on the nose.
That's right.
Yeah, and it snarls towards you. Anything else?
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and use. Let's see. I used 25 feet of movement. I'm gonna lose my last 10 and just make my way down the stairs. They can attack me if they want.
Yeah, he definitely stabs at you with his spear for that punch.
Yep.
Stabby stab stab. But with a 6, we'll miss.
Suck it!
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Hand.
Next up, we've got our poor little friend here is going to try to escape this grapple. I'm going to try to wriggle out of it. Let's see. Does he manage to do it?
He's inspired.
He's inspired.
He does
And the
have
creature-
inspiration.
And the creature grappling him is
Which-
prone and giggling.
That doesn't affect the grapple, though. But it does. It is good that he is expired. It's a D6 of inspiration, right? Not a-
Correct. Yes, D6.
Which is just enough to allow him to escape and wriggle out of the grapple and drop 10 feet to the ground, which does hurt a little bit. Just for 1 point of damage, though.
Then I'm gonna say, "Run, bitch, run!"
Indeed.
More inspiring words were never spoken.
Yeah, he wiggles out, drops to the ground, and then just kind of looks at this thing that's like making these weird gyrating motions and noises next to him, and he just books it, kind of pulling back to here. All the other 3 sailors pull out their crossbows, and all of them fire at the big thing. Unfortunately, it's prone, so they all have disadvantage on the attack, but they don't want to get close to it.
Can't say I blame them, having been close to it.
Oh no! One bounces off the like skeletal or the exoskeleton of the like crab body parts. 2 of them snap the lines of their crossbows, so they're gonna have to like replace that. They both rolled natural ones. Both
Oh,
Gam
no.
both Gam and Pog up in the rigging, which is unfortunate. Next, we have the Sharktocrab, who has not taken any damage. So at the end of its turn, it makes another Wisdom save, right?
Yep.
Okay, it's still making all kinds of weird noises and laughing. Selenar, we go to you.
Giant dude is still a writhing mess, right? Not a threat at the moment.
Correct.
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay, then I will wild shape into wolf mode
Yeah.
and move here.
Boom. You are now a wolf.
But I can't attack and take an action in the same turn, as far as I'm aware, in 5th, so that's it.
Yep. Unfortunately, not as a circle of land druid or coast druid.
Got
All right.
Yeah, choices were made.
Hey, it's all good. Magic is good. The Sahugin, one of them's dead. One of them doesn't know what Selenar is, but is going to, again, try to stab Trox with his spear. Succeeds, dealing 7 points of damage to poor Trox. It's then going to reach towards the weird four-legged creature that has run up to it snarling, and is going to snap at it with its own jaws. That is a 10 to hit. Does that hit the wolf's armor class?
Nope, he is a 13.
Wonderful. Then you dexterously dodge out of the snapping jaws. Which brings us to Trox with Lunin on deck. Trox is going to try to unalive this shark foe. Successfully doing so with his 2 attacks. So this guy drops to the ground. Lunin. Renata, you're on deck, followed by Andra.
Okay. All right. Gonna run up to Shark Person. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, and then I'm gonna cast Hex on it, Strength.
Okay.
And then, can I hold my action? If I do a bonus action, can I hold attack action?
Yeah, you can hold your attack action.
Alright, so I'm just, for now, while it's laughing, I'm just gonna hold my action for the next time somebody else strikes at it.
Okay, cool.
So he's just getting in a stance.
All right, Renata.
Alrighty, I am going to step back one more space to here. And then I will cast Fairy Fire on it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. Giggling and glowing.
And weak.
Where the hell is it? Great Balls of Fairy Fire.
Yeah.
It is DC 13 Dexterity save.
Unfortunately, it does succeed. It's writhing on the ground, and even at disadvantage, it succeeds.
Damn. All right.
Wait, isn't incapacitated you automatically fail dex saves, or is that restrained?
That's restrained. Incapacitated is can't take actions or reactions.
Or reactions.
Oh, okay. Right.
And
But
it
good
also
looking
can't
out.
stand up.
Yeah, thank you, but all right. Sorry, that was a bust of a move.
Okay.
That's the
so
end of
yeah.
my turn.
All right, Andra, Ozo, you're on deck-ish.
Okay, that's me. I am going to shout in general, "Hey, strong people, throw this thing overboard while it's still laughing." And then I'm going to put some distance between myself and it. 5, oh wait, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and come over here among these people in the hopes that it doesn't come to and attack me. Oh wait, I can actually move twice because I'm not taking another action. So another 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna come over here next to this thing.
Yeah, these two are actually up in the rigging, so they're actually not on the deck.
Great. Yep. I'm gonna come all the way over here, get as far away from that damn thing as I can, since there's nothing else to attack.
Yeah.
And loudly suggest that perhaps some larger, stronger folk should throw it overboard.
Great. The captain looks at you and is like, "That thing is massive. It would take the entire crew to move that thing. It's huge. We must slay it, and quickly now." As the captain is just kind of giving orders at this point.
Dude, I'm a small creature. I ain't getting anywhere near that thing.
Ozo, we are over to you.
Great.
We have the tank.
Ozo is going to march on up. And kick.
Alright, and with that I attack too.
Yeah, 20 will hit.
Would this be
Great.
considered flanking or not quite? I would have to move up
No.
more, right?
Yeah, you don't have flanking
Okay.
yet.
I'm going to do it again and use a key point to do flurry of blows. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does not hit. The 23 from Lunine does, though.
Great. I'm gonna roll.
Plus 4 necrotic, so 10.
And then my flurry of blows.
Oh, actually, I'm
But
sorry. I'm sorry. It's prone, so you had advantage. So your second attack did hit.
Okay, 17 hits.
17
And then
hits.
I can. Wait, what just happened? Did it automatically reroll? It did.
Yeah.
Okay, it automatically rerolled the 1 because of lucky.
Great.
Ah.
The 16 hits.
Great. So I just did 14, 20 damage.
Yeah, and as you both start pummeling this thing, you can see that it is.
I was just rolling to see if I got a nat 20 with the advantage.
Oh, good looking out. As you both attack this thing, it does stop the shaking and the laughing, and Andre, you feel your spell break.
That's fine. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Not
It
so
doesn't
funny to
like
get.
being punched in the crab kidney.
Yeah, wasn't too big a fan of that.
Oddly
I
enough,
stomped
pain
on
is not funny.
tentacle. Not to
Um,
everybody.
Less funny.
That was
Yeah.
its dominant tentacle too.
Yeah, our two sailors in the rigging spend their turns fuck, restringing their crossbows. The two on the ground are going to fire crossbows from where they are at this thing. Ooh. Come on. Hey, they both hit for almost max damage. They each hit for 8.
Yeah.
Wild. Very cool.
No, it's not Salinar's turn yet.
No, it is now the Sharktocrab's turn.
Hmm.
I know it's not my turn.
And it gets up from prone, first of all. And its tentacles wrap towards both Ozo and Lunine. That's a natural 20 on Lunine
Miss.
and a 10 on Ozo.
That actually misses.
Lunine, you take. Oh my. That's bad. You take. Wow. You take 36 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh
You
my.
almost outright killed me.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
would have outright killed Selenar.
Yeah, crits are bad on this thing. So you lose your
Oh.
spell, you go unconscious, and you are grappled.
Jesus.
So it's now waving around Lunin's limp body.
It will then use its bonus action,
To eat.
and it hurls Lunine with its tentacle. It flings Lunine
Well, what do you do?
straight at Renata and the sailor over here.
It's on the ship. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
damn, I'm just in the ocean.
Nah, you're in the boiling ocean. We're not getting you.
Sorry, you're
Uh,
soup now.
It
Now
has
you're basically-
it obviously has the ability to do so.
But I'm going bowling instead.
Yeah. So Renata, as Lunine is chucked towards you, go ahead, make a strength saving throw.
Strength. Not strong at all. Oh,
Ooh.
all right.
Hey, you can always roll an 18 though.
That's right. Okay.
So you succeed and you see Lunine's body coming, and just on instinct you're like, ah, and you manage to catch him.
As I land gently on my feet, I say, "I caught you, my prince."
Yeah. Yeah, so you catch him, which is good, which means that neither of you take damage from that, which means Lunine does not fail a death saving throw.
That's great.
So
You
good
might
job.
be tall, but you're very light.
Yeah, he's willowy.
Yes, there you go.
And that is the Sharktocrab. Selenar, we go to you.
What a situation. I will. What is this? 40 feet? 45. Well, rip. I will move over to here, revert to normal form,
Okay.
and cast Healing Word on Crushed Dude.
All right. Go ahead, roll that beautiful healing damage. As you rush over as a wolf, and as you form out of it, you cast Healing Word. 5 points of healing damage to Renata, to Lunine, rather.
So amazing, rolling a 1.
Hey, the only
Take
hit
it
point that
out.
matters is the last one.
Yeah, at least you're not unconscious anymore.
Or insta-dead.
Trox rushes.
Yeah, that'd be even faster than Carolee.
All the way up. And over. He can't attack, or they can't attack, but they rush all the way up, their hair kind of smoldering, and he's like, attack this thing, everybody, get on up at it! Which brings us back to Lunine. Renata's on deck. Lunine, you're prone on the ground, but you are conscious.
Prone on the ground or in Renata's arms.
Oh, yeah, am I still being gently held?
Yeah, yeah, you were caught, so you're like,
Princess Carrie.
You're like Bugs Bunny in that old one where he and Elmer Fudd are doing the opera. That's the pose you're in.
Yes.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I actually rewatched that one the other day, just for that one episode.
It's a classic.
So good. Lunine will push Renata off of him, thus falling on the ground.
Okay, so you're prone on the ground.
Back up. And then he'll stand back up.
Yep, great. Half your movement.
That thing, quite numb. Don't touch me again like that. And then he's gonna run off and fight the crab again.
Okay. Rush on up there. Get
Two
on up in
swings.
it. Yeah.
What? 21
Hits.
and a natural 1.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, buddy.
You swing around, and your second attack bounces off one of the armored legs of the crab, and it's much firmer than you would imagine, and it bounces out of your hand and nicks your this poor sailor behind you,
Oh no.
nicking him for 2 points of damage.
Is it still in my hand or it flew out of my hand?
It's still in your hand. It's just the rebound.
Okay. Right, I just didn't. I wasn't sure if it like flew back out in my hand and nicked him, or if it like is. I have to go find my
Nope.
weapon again.
Nope, you still got it. It's just got
Okay.
the blood of an ally on it.
As it should.
Okay, Renata.
All right. I'm gonna try something different here
Uh-huh.
because I do want to try to have a give a disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Okay.
So to do that, I'm gonna do vicious mockery at it.
Okay. How do you mock it viciously?
I'm gonna play a couple notes on my guitar to like get his attention, and then I'm gonna say, "If I were as ugly as you, I too would be living under the ocean."
Okay.
It's harsh.
Thank you. I thought it.
And what sort of save is that?
I'm sorry. Let me throw it up here. It is
Intelligence?
Charisma?
wisdom save 13.
Everybody's wrong.
It succeeds.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my god. All
I
right.
can't wait to hear you perform your new song when you're done with it.
Sharktocrab, wisdom save. All right.
You're
Anything
yours, I
else,
hate
Renata?
Damn. So yeah, that was my action. Bonus action, bardic inspiration to. Let's give it to Ozo this time.
Okay, Ozo, you have a bardic
Cool.
inspiration die. Andra, over to you.
yeah. From where I am,
Ozo's on deckish.
chill touch on big old ugly guy.
23 will hit.
There it goes. For 6 necrotic damage.
Very nice. Wonderful. Anything else?
Nope, I'm going to stay right there in my corner.
All right. The captain calls out to Trox. Shape up, you dog! Come on, Trox, give it what's for. It seems like he's encouraging Trox to really have at yon beastie. Ozo, we go to you.
Great. Guess what? Ozo is going to once again take a deep breath and pop, pop.
Yeah.
One of those should hit. And
17 will
then
hit.
gonna do it again with another flurry of blows.
Another 17 absolutely hits.
So I'll do it again. Very hit.
16 just hits.
Great.
Very good.
Yeah. There you go. I'm out of key, but I did 18 damage.
It's a good turn.
All right.
Yeah.
Our sailors are finishing, the two in the thing are finishing repairing their crossbows. The other two fire their crossbows. One hits for some damage. Bringing us back to the Sharktocrab. Who's
Oh, no.
having a rough go of it now.
Hey, he asked for it,
Cool.
or it asked for it.
He started it, but we'll finish it.
That's right.
You see
Was a
that the tentacles kind of swell and go bloop bloop bloop, and from
Phase 2.
its gills, it emits a black ink in a 20-foot radius. I need everybody within 20 feet of the Sharktocrab to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Got it.
All right, I can do this.
God.
What save again?
Dexterity saving throw. Boop. So everybody there. So that would be Trox, Lunine, Ozo,
Renata.
and Renata. And
You're right. I do
two
in
sailors.
the boss fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Do. Great. And all the sailors are technically in range, even though they're 20 feet in the air, so they are just in range. So one of the sailors succeeds. The one closest somehow succeeds, as does Trox. Lunine, you find that you are blinded as the ink blinds you.
Cool.
Everyone who succeeded is not blinded. It seems like this was a save me kind of ploy. That a defensive mechanism, you could say. Yeah, and that ink is just sticking. You're gonna have to take an action to wipe it all away.
Gross.
But that is what the Sharktocrab's turn is. Selenar, we go to you.
My map disappeared, but I'm not blinded because I wasn't in range. I'm gonna throw an ice knife at its face.
Yeah, go for it. Make your attack roll with your ice knife.
Oh!
So many natural ones tonight. This is not good.
So the captain sees how you're lining up, and he's like, "No, with your shoulder, not with your wrist. Use your full arm," which allows you to re-roll that attack roll.
What a guy!
Yeah, he used his reaction on you because you're within range of the ability. So you can just re-roll the attack roll.
It's a dirty 20.
That will hit for 1 point of piercing damage.
And then
very
it
cold
needs...
knife,
it makes
but
a
it's not a very
dex
sharp
save.
knife.
It fails the save though and takes the full 9 cold damage.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Explodes in his
It doesn't
face.
like cold.
yeah,
It lives in
it
the boiling ocean.
it sticks in on the hammerhead shark, in the middle there, and then kind of blasts it, and
Yeah.
it's looking really rough. Which brings us to Trox. Trox is going to attempt to swing twice. Natural 1. His sword goes bouncing down off of the deck, clattering next to Lunine on the ground. So he has to run and recover it. He can then go back up, but he's out of abilities. Lunine, we're over to you. You are currently blinded with ink in your eyes.
Mm-hmm. My rolls can't get much worse tonight. I'm just gonna attack.
Okay, go ahead, attack with disadvantage.
That's control, right? Yeah.
An 8, you swing wide.
And a natural 1.
This time you hit solid flesh. As you straight up stab the guy next to you.
Oh no.
Luckily only for 1 point of damage. But you stab the sailor and she's like, "Clear your damn eyes, you fool!"
The funny thing is with how those rolls were, even if I had just a normal attack, it still would have been an 8. Just natural 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Disadvantage didn't matter.
Renata, we go to you.
Awesome. This time I'm just gonna attack with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go for it.
Tried and true. Let's go. Casting it, and it's an 8.
Your shining
Not my
star
hand.
note blasts against its body. Doesn't seem to hurt it though. Needs a little more hitch in the giddy up.
Yep.
Andra,
Bitch in the giddy up. What?
you heard me.
Cool. Yeah, chill touch again. Oh, no, not a chance.
Andra, you go to summon your spectral hand, and the magic kind of expels too early before you can form it, and you take 3 points of damage from arcane backlash.
Ow!
Kevin keeps shouting encouragement. Get on it, you fools! Well, he's nicer than fools. Get on it, everybody! Come on, it's on its last legs! Ozo, we go to you.
Just gonna keep trying. This time I can only do this. Let us punch and kick. An 18.
An 18 will
Followed
hit.
by a
Ozo
23.
Soloing this fight.
Ozo, what does it look like when you kill the Sharktocrab?
Let's see. It's very large. I think that there's going to be a bit of like step on it and step on a tentacle that's down and punch and then work my way up into the shark mouth and punch it between the eyes. It's going to be this whole process. I'm basically climbing the shark while punching it.
Yeah, so you
kneeing it.
You dart
on it.
Yeah, you dart between the legs and use one of the like tentacles as like a bouncy castle to like boom bounce onto its back, and you like punch it in the gills, and then kind of like jump over its head. And as you're jumping over its head, you punch it right between like the two extremes, right where the ice knife has kind of weakened it in the middle of the forehead. And you feel your fist punch through the massive skin and bone that's there, and just like drive shrapnels of bone into the tiny little sharkdo brain of this creature, and it roars and wriggles as you land on one of its tentacles and kind of use it to bouncy house safely off onto the deck. And it roars and teeters and falls off of the ship and sinks beneath the waves, trailing blood and ink behind it. And you all take a moment and drop initiative.
Cool.
No one is unconscious, right?
No, there are sailors clearing their eyes of ink that's sticking to them. Lunine, you can clear your eyes of the sticky ink.
Ozo will like just look at their fist and be like, I think that this is a little gross. I've never done that before.
Lunine is still looking like
not so
beat
good,
up, right?
Lunine can just take a deep breath and he'll be fine.
Andrew will prestidigitate the face of the first person she comes up to that's covered in ink.
Yeah, easy enough to do.
Oh. Do me.
Yeah, Trox and Ozo and Renata, like, they've got ink on their clothes, but like they managed to like get an arm up and hide their eyes. So that was good. But yeah. you all successfully have defeated the dreaded Sharktocrab, which dwells within these waters.
Cool. Would we
Dwelled.
describe the shark people as humanoid?
Yeah, they're humanoid.
Do they have hands?
Hard to hold a spear without hands.
Cool.
And have claws without hands.
Endra is going to take her dagger and cut off one of their hands and stick it in her backpack.
Make a survival check.
I honestly forgot about your humanoid finger bone. My brain went straight to Delicious Dungeon. It's like we are
I've still
not
not
eating
watched
the
it.
Haugen.
No.
No.
Yeah, with a 17, you're able to deftly hack off of a Sahuagin hand, so you can add a Sahuagin hand to your inventory. It
Entire hand.
is bloody and dripping,
Uh-huh.
and you have it now.
Cool. How
Uh,
would you spell Sahuagin?
Sahuagin. Sahuagin.
Sure.
Sahuagin. Sahuagin.
And it's bloody and dripping. Cool.
Yeah. It's not like preserved in any way. You don't know how long it's gonna last.
That's cool.
And Trox comes over as you are like doing this, and the captain just kind of watches you and says, "Well, I guess we all need trophies of some sort, I suppose." Good severing. And you have a bloody Sahuagin hand.
Cool.
Great.
Cool.
Surprisingly, the Sharktocrab did not get to do much of its cool shit because you tossed it around. That was good. That was good combating.
I don't know, it did some cool shit on me.
It did.
Twice.
It did.
Prestidigitation.
No, because it was just going to come up and start like flinging people into the water like that. That was
And-
its whole
Yeah.
thing.
It's hard to do that when you're prone and laughing.
Yeah, it is.
Instead, it went bowling for bards.
Bowling for Bard.
Yeah, like it
Not
was.
bullet.
It was getting pain from that direction, so it threw. Because like you were dead, or you were unconscious at the time, so it was like whatever. I don't need this one anymore, and so just use it as ammo.
That makes
Um,
sense.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just kind of sad with both halflings. I'm not a barbarian this time.
Thick thighs hide allies.
I just throw the monk at the enemy.
I was gonna say no
Flying kick.
no halfling flinging.
Great. So you
Don't
all
bloody
kind of recover. You've cut the hand off of one of these things. Anybody else want to do anything?
Just go back up to the crow's nest. And
Ozo has no interest.
Slash-
Ozo will take a
Short
short
rest.
rest.
Cool.
Once all the excitement is over, Endra is going to sit down with said Sahuagin hand and attempt to dissect it and get a finger bone out of it and discard the rest of the hand.
Okay. I'm going to need
No.
another survival check. What's your passive
Ozo
perception,
sees her
Lunine?
doing that.
Who?
Lunine.
Oh.
What is your passive perception?
sorry, 15.
Cool. You notice as Trox and a couple of the sailors are hoisting the non-D-handed Sahuagin over the side, that there's a tiny little like neck pouch around its neck.
Hold on. Trucks.
Yeah. What do y'all need, Lunine?
This one has something around its neck, and I'll go over and cut it off.
Yeah.
Or take it off, whichever one's easier.
Yeah,
I don't know how easy it is to take off a fish head.
Yeah, you can just pull and snap the cord. It seems like it was held on with like some kind of like braided kelp or something. So you can slice it or snap it off. Either way, you get the pouch. It's stitched together. It's like shark hide pouch. It's very small. It's only like that big. And inside you find two things. The first thing you find is like just a small piece of stone that's like been worn away and is flat. But it's got carvings in it, which are kind of weird. And you kind of like rotate it around a couple times and spin it. And you realize that it's looks like initials. And it looks like IVT are carved into this piece of stone. The other thing you find in this little neck pouch is a pearl.
I throw both things into the ocean. Trash. No, just kidding.
Okay. Canon.
No! I said just kidding fast enough.
You did.
I don't need this. Fuck. Andra.
Yo.
I don't know. Do you need either of these things? It's worthless to me.
Andra is
but
covered in Sahuagin blood because she's attempting to very poorly dissect this hand.
Yeah.
Lunine holds his hand away from you so he can drop said items into your hand without touching you.
Cool.
If I see Andra dealing with this hand, I will help.
Okay, so if Ozo comes over, you can make another attempt at a survival check here.
Cool. No, it's not doing any better.
Well, Ozo's granting you advantage, like that's the whole thing. So.
Okay. So with advantage is a 13.
With a 13, it's not the best job because you kind of royally botched it early on. But Ozo comes over and is able to help you salvage a pinky bone out of the mangled hand.
Cool.
So you have a Sahuagin pinky bone that is still bloodied and has like some stuff on it, but
Sure.
Otherwise the rest of the hand is kind of not worth anything anymore.
Nope.
It's just mangled.
Does the ship eat it?
Yeah, the ship absorbs the blood, not the flesh, but the blood is absorbed by some small little grasses and
I wasn't sure
moss.
if any of like little chunks got absorbed too.
No,
so
anything solid seems to have to be removed.
I will wipe my fingers on the deck, on the lichen as it comes to suck his blood, and I will chuck the remainder of the hand overboard and put the finger bone in my component pouch.
Cool. Make a Constitution saving throw as you wipe your hands on the blood-sucking lichen. You feel your life force drain a little bit. You take 1 point of necrotic damage.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh,
neat.
I like this ship.
Andra, if I may, why exactly are we doing this? I mean, happy to help.
It's finger bones are very important spell components. Seemed rude to do that from one of our compatriots. So
yes.
I will then cast prestidigitation on the things that Lunine dropped into my bloody hands, and look at them more closely.
Yeah. The piece of stone just seems like it's an eroded, like smooth piece of stone. It's got these initials in the common tongue carved into it. And the other one seems like a pearl. Go ahead, make an intelligence check on this pearl.
12.
Yeah, it's a very nicely formed pearl.
Cool.
Yeah, it's small, but it's probably worth somewhere in the range of 50 to 125, maybe gold.
Sure.
Maybe. You're not 100% sure, but could be useful.
Sure.
You have the identify spell, right?
I do have the identify spell. I can't use it without the pearl.
Yeah, you're pretty sure this pearl would work. Or at least you think so.
I will, as we're sitting here, attempt to ritual cast the identify spell on the piece of rock that he helpfully handed me.
Yeah. You successfully, over 10 minutes, cast the identify spell, or 11 minutes.
Sweet.
And what you get, this piece of stone is from a wall. All you get is this piece of stone was originally part of a wall that was part of a stronghold thousands of years ago. That is now sunken beneath the waves. And that's what you get.
Cool.
You also get that it was recovered by Sahugin because he thought it was a nice shape.
Cool. I will put the pearl in my component pouch, and I will offer the stone to Ozo for their help, and say, "I got a pretty rock that Lunine gave me. Are you interested in it? It looks like a nice, little fidget toy." It's nice and smooth, and it's a nice, pretty shape.
Great. So you can add that rock and that pearl to your inventories. And with that, we are going to take a short break. We'll do our 5-minute short rest. So thank you all very much for hanging out with us, and we will be back in but 5 minutes. So thank you all very much, and we'll see you after this short rest.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
said that
Isn't
a month
the
ago.
dark eldritch night? Isn't that a thing?
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
We are back. Thanks for sticking with us as we talk about Sith and Jedi, I suppose.
Oh, surprises for next time. It's fine.
Great. You know I record this, right?
Open in case of death.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So it seems as though Andra has acquired a pearl now to cast the Identify spell, which I'm sure will be useful,
Uh-huh.
as well as a humanoid finger bone for this weird ritual. Great. The rest of the day passes fairly uneventfully, and you can all get a long rest.
Hooray, long rest.
Yeah, eventually Temper comes up and like checks on people, but he's been down in the hold or in the infirmary dealing with people who were on the verge of death before. And he offers to like check out anyone else if anybody needs a little looky-loo. Okay, great.
No.
Great.
Cool. After I've had my long rest, I will spend some more time with my new pearl and some things I'm carrying around.
Well, before we get to that,
Okay, fine.
Uh-oh.
So, over the night, you all settle in for a long rest. Fine. Ozo, in the midst of the evening, as your companions are all sleeping, something awakens you. Just a feeling, like one of those feelings that comes to you when you're asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of like flutter open your eyes, and like in that moment of I can't see anything, it's dark, but also like you can almost see in the dark because your pupils are so dilated. In that moment of opening your eyes, you swear you see a form next to, or kind of in between where Lunine and Andra are sleeping.
Is it one I have seen before?
It's too quick to make out any details, but it seemed humanoid in shape.
Cool. That's fun. I shall say nothing and close my eyes again.
Cool.
That's usually what I do in horror movies. Like, if I'm already in a haunted house, like, see something like, not gonna do that.
Nah.
Not my problem.
I will think. Good night. Just. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing
guess.
reaches out to you.
Cool.
Yeah, you don't get any sort of a response from that, but you put it out there.
Cool.
It was weird. It
Oh,
felt less like it was like an ignoring and more of like there was nothing there to receive it.
Okay.
Very cool. All right. So the next day, Andra, you're identifying stuff.
Yeah.
Great. What do you want to identify?
In my collection of gear, I have an owl feather that I picked up, I think, outside that noble's house from our session 0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I would like to. It's a new toy. I want to cast Identify on this owl feather. Not so much expecting to find anything exciting, but hey, maybe it killed something recently.
You get a reading on it. It is from an owl that that patrolled the area, kind of like on the hunt for something, but it was like starting its hunt. So unfortunately, it had not killed anything.
That's fair.
That you can. It was like, oh, it just woke up and was about to swirl around.
Okay. I think I'm hanging on to it for Featherfall anyway, but you know,
Yeah.
it was worth it. You know, it's a new toy. I'm checking out what I'm carrying around.
Sure. Anything else?
The toadstool I took off of the moss-eaten mold. At one point, one of the there were mushrooms growing on the railing, and at one point I grabbed one.
It is a regular toadstool. There is nothing extraordinary about it.
Well,
it's starting to get a little gross and slimy, though. It's been in your bag for a while.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
Can Identify tell me if it's good to eat or poisonous or?
Oh, it's poisonous.
I will chuck it overboard.
Bloop.
Just killed a random fish.
Yeah, it's okay. And then the last thing I want to identify is my weird book.
Ah, yes. Gotta get the notes of the book. Yeah, so your identify spell identifies this as a not quite a journal, but it identifies it as a thought-provoking notebook penned by someone who had a lot of secrets to hide, but a lot to share if you can break through it. The book is non-magical. So it is not a spell book.
Gotcha.
But it contains interesting theories.
Got it.
Yeah. The spell is not. It's not like It's not like a full divinatory thing, so it doesn't tell you like who the author is or who owned it before or anything like that.
Right. Yeah, I learn if it was created by a spell, if it has any spells affecting it, and if it is magic itself, basically.
Yeah, and all the answers to those questions are no.
Great.
Wonderful.
Cool. I might just walk around the ship, random, like for the afternoon, just like randomly like identifying strange objects just because it's a new toy.
Yeah.
Do I notice Andra doing this / know what she's doing?
Make a. What's your passive perception? Is it above a 10?
What a question. Yeah, for sure.
You notice Andra walking
16.
around, like looking at stuff for like 10 minutes at a time. Like
fondling it.
She takes a random object and spends 10 minutes just looking at it. What happens to you when you cast this spell and you learn these things? By the way.
Me.
Like, what does it look like? What does the magic look like when you get these answers?
Cool. I'm just kind of sitting there and like holding it and like rubbing it, like touching all the surfaces of it, and my eyes kind of go like unfocused and roll back in my head.
Yeah. So that's what you see, Selenar.
Can I do like an Arcana check or something?
Yeah, definitely. With a 21, yeah, you're pretty confident she's doing some kind of magic to learn, some kind of divinatory magic to learn about whatever the objects are that she's holding.
Okay. So when she is doing this to a bolt that was on the floor, or whatever.
Yeah.
Andra, I see
Yeah.
you learning things. Do I know, like, how do you even describe spells? Do I just say, I see you're casting Identify on objects? Like, that seems...
Yeah, like you can
little-
tell, you
a
can
little
tell that
meta.
you can tell that it's magic, and you kind of get the gist of what the spell does. And like spells do have names.
Sure. I see you're drawing information, arcade information out of these objects. Is this a skill you've just learned?
It's not a new skill, but I was missing a component, and Lunine found one for me, and so now I can do this. And this bolt is a random chunk of metal that was forged before, and someone dropped it.
I have an item of interest that has eluded me for many years. I'm wondering if you would take a look.
Oh, I'd love to.
Okay. So I reach into my belt pouch and pull out a small, ornately carved box and place it in your hands. And say, this was passed down to me from family, but I turn there's a little crank on the back or something, and it starts to play a tune. But besides this, I don't really know much about it.
I will fondle it and cast Identify. And do I recognize the music?
I don't believe so, but go ahead and make a history check.
Oh, I'm good at history.
Do I know the music? I don't think I ever asked that question.
Sorry, I gotta find my notes.
Yeah, this is a way back note. This is a character creation note.
Yeah, Selenar, you do know the song. It's dimly, like you like, but you remember the notes. Stop. With a 16 history check, the tune is familiar, but you don't know the words, and you don't know where you know it from.
Okay.
What if I cast guidance?
I would allow you to do that retroactively, sure. So you can roll a d4, Andra, as well.
Nice.
17.
17. Still not quite sure what it is.
We tried.
Right.
What you do know is that this little music box was crafted by a Nomus artisan some hundreds of years ago, and it was created very specifically and purposefully to like be able to play for an exceptionally long time, like to last, basically, not so that it wouldn't break. It's extremely precisely made, and as you are kind of looking at this and with this history check, how much of your origin have you shared, Selenar? Like, do people know like where you come from? Like,
He's very open. He's
okay, great.
Everyone knows everything, basically.
It strikes you a little odd that an item this precisely made would have ended up in a fishing town.
Yeah, as a reminder, Selenar comes from a very working-class family. His parents owned a business making, like, fishing canoes and stuff for the community. Like, just very blue-collar.
Blue collar elf.
Blue collar elf. Yeah.
From the Verdentious Causeway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not that Andra has the slightest fucking clue what a Verdentious Causeway is, but Sarah does.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I would tell him that. I was like, it's a very fancy old thing that's just like not so much enchanted as made to be old. Like it's made to stick around. Like it's.
Its origins are a mystery to me. It has been in my family for many generations, but no one can tell us where it came from. Am I
What's
muted?
the music? I know the music is familiar to me and it's driving me bonkers. What is it?
I would tell her what I know about it. A tune my mother used to sing, but the words escape my memory as well.
Renata.
I'll give the box back to him.
You hear them having this discussion and you hear the music play. I would like you to go ahead and make a charisma check for me.
Oh, interesting. Charisma.
Or a performance check. It could be a performance check.
So this music box, none of you would have seen before. It's like Selenar brought with him to remind him of his family.
Not a good night for me. It's a 10.
Yeah, with a 10, you know that tune.
Whoa, with a 10? All right.
With a 10, you know the tune. You can't remember the words, but you remember the tune. And so you kind of like begin playing it, kind of. You kind of begin playing it. You can't remember the words. And you're not sure where exactly you picked it up.
Okay.
I will,
Do I hear Renata playing along with the box?
Yeah. As you hear Renata play like along with the box, go ahead, make a history check for me, Selenar. You remember the first couple of lines of the song from the like duet between the box and Renata. Renata's playing. Welcome to the helpful, the humble and kind. Rebuke the tricksters who play with your mind.
Welcome to the helpful. We got some money.
So as it loops, I sing along, in a mumbly sort of way as I'm remembering the words.
Yeah. No more words come at this point, but maybe it'll take. And for reference, this song, the lines you hear, and I apologize because I'm going to sing now.
Yes.
It's very much like, welcome to the helpful, the humble and kind. Rebuke the tricksters who play with your mind.
And Mike just rolled a natural one on his lighter.
Yeah, right. I got a fan blowing on me, so whoops.
It doesn't mean there can't be any
Yeah.
version.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are the words that you remember.
When you get a chance, could you put it down in the chat?
It's already in the chat.
It's in there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why don't you read the chat, Mike?
Jeez.
sorry, it doesn't make
Jeez.
doesn't make a sound or anything, right?
I know. It's all good.
I will.
Yeah.
I will give Selenar back his music box.
Thank you. I haven't remembered those words in a long, long time.
Yeah, it's not a long song because it just kind of like repeats the same thing.
Yeah, it's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star elf version.
Kinda. There's more, but like you just can't remember it at the moment.
How old are you? You said you hadn't heard the music and heard the words in a very long time. Like,
I am young for an elf, 120 or so, but old by your standards for sure. There are many years ahead of us.
cool.
Great. So, after this little music box investigation concludes, the captain is excited and informs you all that he thinks that you are on the cusp of leaving. You'll probably be out of the boiling strait itself this day. As you can see, the water has gone from that bubbling, boiling to just kind of steaming. Which is good for you.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah. Go ahead, somebody roll me a D4 if you would be so kind.
I'm gonna do it so that we don't roll a 1.
Yeah, I rolled it
Yeah,
last
really.
time.
There, have a 4. I don't know
Great.
if it's good or not, but not a 1.
Roll me a D10 if you'd be so kind.
10.
All right.
Man, you're rolling it for us
Wow.
forever.
Wonderful.
No, just tonight. Don't you worry. There'll be plenty of nat ones tonight.
Cool. On the horizon, a shape begins to appear.
Oh no, not
as
again.
you
We still
are
don't know if it's
watching.
good or bad.
It better be cliffside.
It's alone in the middle of the ocean. As you get closer, like everybody can see it. There's no like real percepting it. Like it's just kind of there. What you see
Is it like in the water or above the water?
it's on the water.
It's not a moon.
It is not a moon nor a space
Oh,
station. As you go, it's also like the middle of the day.
Sure.
What you see is a massive tree. And as you approach Lunine up in the crow's nest, you can tell that this massive tree is like the only thing on this island. And you can see that it is like peppered with some kind of like fruit on it. It's got like fruit hanging off of it. And the weirdest thing, despite this just being weird, is that the island seems to be moving.
It's devil fruit. One Piece. No.
Got it. No, I'm there.
Okay.
I'm there.
What? Oh, yes. I didn't hear. I was typing. I'm taking notes.
Good for you.
Uh,
I appreciate that.
land moving.
That's.
Yeah,
Have
that
you
is a
seen
strange
that
thing.
before?
Land Poe.
I
Land
have
moving.
seen many an island, but I must admit I have not seen many that have floated towards us.
There's fruit in the trees. It looks like.
Oh, it's moving towards us.
Well, like you're moving towards it. It's not like it doesn't seem like it's got will to it. It's just floating with the current.
Do we want to stop at the island?
It could not hurt, eh? It's just a tree with fruit. What could possibly go wrong with fruit?
Lots of things.
It's just 2 wolves.
It's just a bush.
Yeah.
God. Well, I mean, if you want to stop there, Captain.
You're
I must
the
admit,
expert on this.
I am intrigued. And he calls to everybody to make ready to.
Board this island.
Well, it's probably more like, you know, to get in some of the longboats and like row out.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to join the expedition to this
I want to go see the tree.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hell yeah. This is exciting.
Yeah. Dude, our first land in like a month. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
That's also true.
All right,
I
so
guess Ozo
you
will
get
go
in.
if everyone else is.
They set up 2 longboats, and like the crew brings like some empty nets just in case anything's worth harvesting. And a bunch of you and like Trox and Temper and 3 other crew members make your way over there. Temper kind of like seems to like call out to the ocean. "Oh, great and powerful seas, give us your waves and send us towards our destination." And the waves kind of like pick up and push the boats up over to the island without needing to row. The crew seems unfazed by this. They're kind of like used to Temper doing this kind of shit.
Fair.
And so you land. And you are on the land. The beach, it's not very large. It's maybe like an 80-foot, like organically round-shaped island. And you dock on it, and there's no like real like beach necessarily. It's just kind of like land and then ocean. So you have no idea what is keeping it afloat at this point in time. But there's a hundreds of foot tall tree with various like branches that are like intersecting off the main trunk, covering the whole island and like making it appear mostly in the shade. And there's all kinds of like red and green fruits hanging from this massive tree. The tree's probably about like 50 feet around. So there's like 30 feet between like the edge of the island and the tree structure.
Well, this is extremely unusual.
What is the island? Is it like sand or rocks, or like what is the ground
It
like?
feels like dirt.
But it's floating.
Yep.
Anyone else concerned?
Yes,
I
this is hugely curious.
don't know.
Like on a scale of 1 through 10, 2. Not that concerned. Not yet.
Does it feel like something is moving? I would like to direct Ozo's perception to the ground and like try to feel if it's vibrating, because the ship like rolls because it's swaying to the waves and the wind, or like, you know, is there a sense of motion on the ground?
Definitely, yeah. You can feel it. It feels much like the ship, although not as like forward momentum-y. It seems like it's just following along with the waves.
As we're moving out toward this, I'm going to ritual cast Unseen Servant, and when we get within 40 feet or so of the island, I'm going to ask the Unseen Servant to swim to it.
Yeah, I mean, you've landed on the thing, so you can have your Unseen Servant on the island.
I want the Unseen Servant to be the first person to get on the island of our...
Okay, sure. Yeah, it got there first.
Cool. I'm
It's invisible.
It's invisible.
Yeah, it's there. You think?
It's there. Can I tell what it's doing? If it's invisible and mindless and shapeless, can perform simple tasks, I told it to go over there.
I mean, you saw like the movement in the water of it swimming.
Sure.
And then
Is it like leaving footprints or something on the dirt?
Yeah, it's now standing on the dirt. Like you saw the like wave, the like motion of it like pulling itself up. But it's there.
Cool. I would like it to climb the tree and get a fruit.
Okay. You see, as you all like land and kind of like step out onto this island. You can't tell where the servant is, but you hear some rustling up in the tree, and eventually a red fruit. You see it like kind of come down, and you all watch as this red fruit kind of like floats awkwardly, as like something seems to be carrying it somehow, and it then starts floating towards you, and then kind of goes in front of Andra.
It would not be wise to eat that yet.
I will take the fruit from the unseen servant, and I'm not identifying. I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, it's a red fruit. It seems to have like a peel, like imagine like a red orange, at least from the outside. That's kind of what it looks like, except it's like big. It's like the size, not quite a cantaloupe, but kind of like getting to cantaloupe size. 3/4 cantaloupe.
Take out my pocket knife and cut it open.
Yeah.
Selenar would, while this is happening, I would like to wild shape into wolf form and start sniffing around, especially the fruit that was just cut open.
Make a perception check with advantage based on smell.
I just rolled 2, right?
Yep.
Or is there a way to do that for real?
So if you hold shift and click, it should give you a little plus sign over the die.
Oh, it sure does.
Yeah.
Well, you can do whatever you want with any of those rolls.
Yeah, 24. We'll take the first 2 rolls, so 13 and a 24. As Andra jabs the dagger into the fruit and begins to cut it open, your wolf senses are immediately hit by the smell of salt. Like not bad salt, like a good salt, like a Himalayan sea salt in like our world. You know how it's got a slightly different smell than like regular salt?
Sure.
Because of the minerals, you know?
Sure.
So it's like salty, but also there's a tartness to the aroma. It's a weird, conflicting aroma. It does not smell noxious or poisonous or toxic or anything like that, at least by smell. When you cut the fruit open, you expect there to be like red juice that pours out of it, and instead what you get is kind of a daffodil yellow pulp, like the inside of like a mealy apple. And it just kind of like opens up and like you tear it apart, kind of like when you tear apart a pomegranate. It's not clean naturally. It's got like,
it's not like segmented or anything. It's just like
it's just like the flesh of a pomegranate kind of looking when you tear it open. Except it's like daffodil yellow, and it's got this red rind around it.
Anyone want to bite?
Probably not.
I switch back into normal form and say, before anyone eats that, I can at least make sure it is not poisonous. Because for some reason I have purified food and drink prepared for the last 5 sessions.
Like you do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I've had this unseen servant as a ritual since the beginning, and this is the first occasion I've had to use it, so...
Yeah, I thought purified food and drink would be good to have in a city where we might be poisoned, and then I just didn't see anything more useful, so...
Well, who wants to take the jump for science?
Yeah, you cast purify food and drink, and as you cast it, go ahead, make a just make a wisdom check, because you cast with wisdom.
A dirty 20.
Great. Yeah, you cast your spell, and you know that it has been removed. It has removed poison, but that's because
So I know it was poisonous.
no, you know that the spell removes poison and disease from food, and you cast the spell, and you don't feel it have any effect because it was never poisonous.
I relay this. If this fruit was poisonous, I would know it. It was not poisonous to begin with.
Alright, Andro will taste it.
Okay. You are immediately hit by a strong, like, saltiness, which is then quenched by this sort of tart pull. Like, you think it's going to be, like, mealy and pulpy, but it's actually surprisingly juicy. And some, like, yellow liquid dribbles down the front of your chin here as you take a bite into it.
Prestidigitate my face.
Yeah,
and offer the fruit to others.
It's weirdly
It's tasty, guys.
it's weirdly salty, but then it's like the saltiness is removed by the tartness. And what you get after you chew it a little bit is a texture unlike any fruit you've ever had before. The texture is almost like a very flaky fish, which is weird because it was so juicy when you were initially biting into it.
You guys, this is weird.
Oh my
Try
God.
it.
Is Andra gonna turn into a crabinling?
No, Andra now can't swim, but she can do weird shit.
Guys, this is the weirdest fruit ever. Try it. Send
Selenar,
Thank
Selenar does
you.
not try it.
Okay.
I'm gonna send the servant back to the tree to bring
Well-
back as many as it can carry with its 2 strength.
Yeah, fear of missing out. I will try it as well.
Okay. Yeah, it
Is there
tastes
only
the
one
same.
kind of fruit in the tree?
Red
Uh,
ones and green ones.
There's red
but
ones and green ones.
Right.
Send the servant back to bring at least 1 green one and however many of either of both types that it can carry with its strength of 2.
So because it's climbing a tree, it can bring one fruit at a time.
Great. I want a green one now.
It's busy.
Yeah. A few minutes later, it comes back with a green one. The green one is smaller, but a very different shape. Like the red one was round. The green ones are like oblong, like almost like an eggplant.
So
I
with
offer it-
2 fruits, 1 tree.
Yeah.
I offer it to Selenar to purify.
I do so.
Cool. Go ahead, make another wisdom check.
It's an 18. I don't know why it's there. It is.
Yeah. With that, you get the same kind of vibe. Like it was never poisonous to begin with.
I'm gonna cut this one open too.
You cut this one open, and the minute you do, a blue juice just like spurts out, and when you cut it open, it's just all this juice just like runs out, and inside is just like it seems like it just held juice, and there's like a purpley rind like on the inside that seems to have some bit of texture, but all the juice is now on the ground,
All over me.
all over your shoes.
At least you're
Gosh, sure.
vegetation.
The aroma, though,
Sure.
is pure, like, liquid sugar, like liquid caramel, like sweet smelling. Like, whoa, that's some sweet,
Deliciousness.
some sweetness.
Is there some like on my fingers or something that's not my shoes that I can like taste?
Yeah.
I would like lick it off my fingers or off the inside of the rind.
So you taste your fingers, and it just tastes like pure sweet. You lick the inside of the rind, that like purple bit, and you get a texture. Tiny little crystals like coat your tongue as you lick them off the inside. It seems like that purple rind is actually tiny little like sugary crystals.
Cool.
and it tastes like extremely sweet, to the point where it's like cloying and it like pulls moisture out because it's so sweet.
You guys, this is delicious. Try it.
No, thank you.
I am both intrigued and terrified.
You're a
Tanner.
fae.
I'll
Tanner
try
is- No, this is Tanner.
Oh.
How
Uh,
large are these fruit? Are they like
So the
carry one or?
so the red fruit was about 3/4 the size of a cantaloupe, and then the green fruits are like medium eggplant zucchini size, like about that long, kind of oblong.
I will try the red fruit.
Does anyone here, including all the sailors and the captain, whoever else came over, no one has any clue what this fruit is? This is all new to all of us.
Yeah, none of the crew have ever seen this before. But upon you like eating it, they all try a little piece from the 2 specimens, and Trox calls for the nets to be brought out and asks if your servant can climb up and just start like throwing fruits into the nets.
Sure. Send the servant back up to the tree.
Cool. So there's an invisible person in the tree like throwing down fruits into these nets.
Chucking fruit into a net.
Yeah, and the crews are like catching the fruits or like putting the nets. A good like hour goes by, or the duration of the spell, I suppose.
Yeah, it lasts an hour.
Yeah. So like 45 minutes of the thing. And then you feel your servant vanish, and the fruit stops coming down, and the crew kind of is like, what happened? Oh, well, we got like 3 nets, so I guess that's pretty good. They've got like a net full of red, a net full of green, and a net that's kind of a mix. Did anybody want to like eat an entire fruit during this process of either or?
If tasting the red fruit, does it taste any different to me, or does it taste the same as they described?
No, that salty forward taste, but then that tart pull that kind of cancels out.
Selenar just wants to
Yeah, I'll
take
eat it.
one fruit of each color, totally not cut open, not anything, for rotting in his bag / later identification.
Great. Yeah, you can add that. Add
I'm just gonna
red fruit
what
and
is
a
it?
green
Red
fruit.
and blue. Yeah,
Red
basically
fruit.
red and green fruit.
Unknown red fruit, unknown green fruit. Lunine, you eat the entirety of the red fruit. And
You turn into a crab.
and about 20 minutes later,
I have the shits.
A terrible tummy ache.
you feel surprisingly pleasant. Like, you've been very guarded, but you feel more at ease. You feel more relaxed, and more kind of social and personable.
The dude's
Am I
high.
drunk?
You're kind of like not drunk or buzzed, but you kind of have that like that confidence that comes along with being buzzed. Mechanically, you have a +2 bonus on all persuasion checks. For some amount of time.
Hey guys, you should really try this fruit. It tastes so good.
Bro.
Well,
Uh,
does that +2 persuasion do anything? To
Go
Bozo's
ahead,
opinion.
Lunine. Make a persuasion check. See how persuasive you are. +2.
Now I have a
You better
+4.
roll a 20, man.
ooh.
I know.
14.
What should I roll against it? I really truly want this to be a dice choice.
So it's a 14. I will leave it to everyone here to decide whether 14 is high enough to convince you to eat an entire red fruit, or not. If you want to roll something, you can roll
Andra is
any
going to
social insight, whatever you want. Like,
I'm just going to take the fruit, the red fruit she has cut open, and she's going to She's going to cut a green fruit over it so that the juice from the green fruit lands in the red fruit.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Yeah, most of the red fruit has been tried by everybody else, so there's not a lot of it
I'll
left.
cut open another one.
Yeah. Okay.
Ozo lost to the persuasion.
Okay. So
And
Ozo
eat
eats a red fruit.
Not a whole fruit. Ozo's gonna eat like half a fruit. Like take a slice. It was barely, but so.
Okay.
His was a 14. My insight was only a 13.
Yeah, I mean,
So I decided to do this.
Lunine was very persuasive.
I want the blue goo all over the red fruit.
Okay. The red fruit is now kind of, I don't know
It's
what's
purple.
yellow and blue. Yeah, I
Soaking
guess
in blue goo, greenish.
green, kind of greeny now.
I will take a bite of the combined fruits.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
What's the fruit that Lunine ate and was trying to tell us is delicious? The red,
19.
the blue one?
The red
red one.
fruit.
I'll take a slice of the red fruit after being convinced by my ally.
Yeah, it tastes
gonna
just
say-
like described.
Well, I
Very
ate a
traveled with
whole
Lunine.
fruit. That's the thing.
Yeah,
We'll take the whole
Lunine ate a whole fruit and was like, "You guys need to eat a fruit."
If
19
Ozo doesn't feel weird after the first half, Ozo will finish it.
That's basically what Selenar is thinking too. I'll try this, wait 10 minutes, and then YOLO.
Yeah, you don't feel weird.
Nom nom nom.
I have a 19 con save.
Okay.
Then I'll finish the fruit.
Is it? Do they?
Yeah.
What do they taste like combined? Are
We'll
they
get-
delicious?
We'll get there.
Okay.
So Ozo and Renata, you finish your fruits, and you kind of feel confident and pleasant and sociable, which it's up to you how that feels to you. But you also have a +2 to your persuasion checks for some amount of time. Andra, you put the two together, take a bite. Specifically the blue or the blue juice over the yellow flesh. Take a bite of the green. You are assailed by a cacophony of contrasting flavors that you can't wrap your head around, and it's confusing and weird, and you think you're going to spiral, and then it's gone.
Is this a pleasant experience?
It's more like a confusing one. Like you're
Gonna
You're-
keep eating it.
your tongue doesn't know which way to go, or your taste
I'm gonna
buds
keep
don't
eating
know
it.
what to type in. Okay, yeah, it is confusing, and you feel weird the whole time.
All right. When I start to feel weird, I will probably stop eating.
Yeah, well, like you eat the whole thing,
Yeah.
and you feel very weird and strange. You have a +2 weird modifier for the moment.
+2 weird.
I love it. What a great
Cool.
mechanic.
For some amount
love
of
it.
time, you
For
have a
some amount of
+2
time.
weird.
You guys try them
Um,
together. It's like there's salt and there's sweet and there's tart and it all goes together and it's super weird.
Ozo will not do that. But Ozo is going to
Also-
go over to.
Anyone who looks at Andra notices one of her eyes is like steady as a rock. The other one is going like this.
And her pupils are enormous.
Mhm.
Andre, you should probably lay down.
But why? This is delicious.
I really feel like you should probably just take a minute to yourself.
I will sit down right where I'm standing.
I see we've discovered island ecstasy.
Yeah.
Nice to know.
Are we ready to
pardon
head
me.
back to the ship?
You told me to sit down. I sat down.
Before
You're
it
sitting
gets-
down. You stay there. I'm talking to the crew.
Trox nods that, they've got the 3 nets. That's fine. They've encountered no danger, and you've eaten at least the red fruits, and no seeming bad. Trox does notice Andra acting a little strangely and tells the crew not to combine the 2 fruits.
Yeah.
Andra, I want you to get in that longship right now.
But why?
I said right now.
Lunine, make a persuasion check.
Remember your +2.
I have a +4.
I give him guidance for this check.
Okay, so you get a D4
22.
plus a
Plus
D4.
Like, it is definitely time.
23.
I'm
Your
helping you.
Or sorry, 25.
So 25.
Your
cool.
superiors are speaking.
Andra, roll a D20 and add your weird modifier.
21.
Oh.
Nice.
That was close.
So 23.
Makes total sense. So you stand up, march over to the boat, and lay down in it with your head on the floor and your feet over the railing.
Happy?
There's always
Yes.
that one person
Quite.
that goes overboard.
Yes.
Lunine's just gonna like pinch the bridge of his nose.
Trox raises their eyebrow, and Temper kind of chuckles. Whoa, she is wasted. I guess I know what to do on a boring night, eh? Like,
Now, are they
That's fantastic.
bringing back, like, nets full of these fruits?
Uh-huh.
yeah, they've got a net of
Yeah.
red, a net of green, and a net that's kind of a mix of the 2.
Oza would like to sidle up next to Lunine. Awkwardly close.
Oh.
My dear Lord, Marquess says the full name fully because Amber forgot to look at the notes before starting this conversation. Actually, I never wrote it down. Marquis.
It says it the last time he spoke. Last time he rolled.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
My lord, Sir Marquis Lunine Raytrol Ray of Dusklight, may I ask you, have you been referred to as the littlest acorn?
No.
Insight check.
Make an insight check. Lunine, don't tell us what you're rolling, but roll the d20 and add the appropriate modifier.
Didn't know if I was called
per-
the littlest acorn.
You would know. Persuasion if you are being truthful, deception if you are not. But don't tell us which one you are doing. You can roll a private d20 if you want.
I'll just roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, slash. Was it GR?
Yep. /
Yeah.
GR.
Come on, you guys. The sun's in my face.
Ozo, you think Lunine is being truthful. He seems confused and curious as to why you would ask such a strange question.
Apologies for my impertinence, my lord.
You don't have to call me your lord.
Indeed. And Ozo will slink over to Andra, purposely standing where Andra will be looking up at Ozo upside down, and just say,
Andrea's kicking her feet over the rail.
yeah. You're a halfling. Are
Yeah.
you the littlest acorn?
So look at her very confusedly.
Andra, roll
What?
roll a d20 plus your weird.
Plus 2 weird, so 13.
My passive insight is 15.
Great.
What even is I don't know what's happening.
Andra, you know all about acorns. Your family, they're connected to acorns. You know?
Oh, yeah!
That whole business thing? Like,
I will give
Acorns.
a lengthy diatribe about acorns and the life cycle of the oak tree, and just how good its timber is for various purposes. And I will just hold forth at length for the next several minutes.
yeah, so as you're having this discussion and Ozo's just kind of there, the crew is like loading up the ships, and like Temper summons waves and pushes the boats out. So this diatribe continues for half the trip back to the ship from the island.
I imagine while Ozo's like looking over you, you're also like talking, so it's like with your hands, so it's like upside down to Ozo.
Even if Ozo is in the same boat with Andra or not, Andra's just going.
Everything I've ever heard about acorns, everyone around me is now hearing about, and I'm still kicking my feet in the air over the railing.
Do you lose any shoes in the ocean?
I don't know, do I?
No, they're buckled on. It's fine.
They're very securely fastened.
So you all get back to the ship, get back up on, haul the cargo off. The Trox reports to the captain. After about an hour, you lose those bonuses and benefits, and Andra reverts back to... You lose your weird modifier.
Go back to being very quiet and sullen in the corner.
I like to think that that entire hour, Ozo was just walking very closely to each person.
Okay.
Like uncomfortably
Just watching
close,
what they were
but
doing.
like
Not touching, not being creepy, but also a little too close. A little too quietly.
Ozo stealthing along
Offering to
behind the
help.
two of you.
Including like sailors just being like, do you require assistance?
So the fruit that was brought back aboard, is it just open, available? And what I want to do is take a red and a blue and mix them together and then purify them and see if that is... the mixture is poisonous.
Cool. So, yeah, they put the two like that are monochrome back. They bring them down to the hold. The one that's mixed, they bring to the galley and just kind of leave open. Everybody is told don't mix the two fruits. You grab them, and you cast and you combine them, and then you cast your spell. Make another wisdom check for me.
Not as good. It's a 9. 8? Why does it say 9? Whatever. It's going to be the same result.
Yeah. It's not poison.
I'm not dead. I'm really annoying, but I'm not dead.
I assume I mix them together in a bowl or something.
Sure.
Yeah, I just dump it overboard and go, huh, that's weird.
Okay. Yeah. Specific. Did you mix? Sorry to clarify. Between the green and the red fruit, did you mix the blue juice with the red fruit, or did you mix the juice and the purple, or just the purple? Because remember, the green fruits had the blue juice that kind of like was like a sack, and then they had the purple rind that was like little crystals.
I took both fruits, cut a slice out of both, put both slices in the bowl, and then mix them together with a spoon.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a mush of both fruits together.
Yeah, it's a green. It's a
Yummy,
green
yummy.
pulpy mess. It kind of looks like guacamole, but it is not poisonous.
Now it's in the ocean.
And now, floop, in the ocean.
it's gonna be some weird fish.
Weirder than we've already seen?
Well, they're gonna get a weird modifier.
So, you all pack up from this encounter and send your way, or sail your way forward, ever westward. And eventually, in the next day or so, you leave the boiling strait. The waters return to normal. They are no longer dangerous and tepid. Or they are tepid. They are not like dangerous and boiling. Yeah. Does anybody eat one of the green fruits, by the way?
Please stop tempting
I'll
me.
say yes.
Sure.
Great. Do you drink the juice, or do you just eat the purple?
Gonna do both.
Okay. So the juice...
Squeeze the juice.
Yeah, the juice is, like I said, sweet and kind of sticky.
Super sweet.
And then the crystals that you kind of like either scoop out or lick off or whatever are like cotton candy sweet, where there's like just pure sugar. And about 10 minutes after you've eaten the fruit, feeling pretty good. Real good. And you look around and you like, there are some very attractive people around here.
Oh no.
No.
We're not as horny.
We've given our bards back juice.
I mean, you said yes to this fruit too, so you're also horny.
Ah, fuck. I was hoping no one heard that.
Yeah. And Lunine, you smack your lips, and then you look over at Renata, who's finishing up his fruit, and
He's
not-
beneath me. It's fine.
you know, I mean, he's beneath you in social station, but
But he did catch you when you fell.
you know what it's like to be in his arms.
And this episode fades to black.
This would be a good opportunity because I wrote down that my character has like this weird quirk where they'll randomly wink at people without knowing that they're winking at people. So I will use this opportunity to like look over at Lunine, like give a wink, and then like go back to playing like maybe some sexy music on my guitar.
Lunine, you see
Without
this.
realizing.
You see this come hither wink from this very attractive man. And you kind of begin to walk in that direction, kind of almost like on instinct alone. And you just kind of like take a step. And that's when you all hear a cry from the crow's nest and a call from the captain. And you look and you see a ship on the horizon.
Pirates.
The ship is coming towards you. It appears to be slightly larger than the moss-eaten mold. It's coming in the direction that you are heading. So, like, it's heading straight towards you. And run up the flagpole, the center mast, is a black flag with a skull and a drop over what looks to be like a humanoid, like a human foot, like a skeletal foot. Off to one side. And the captain is shouting orders. Get to arms! Prepare for battle! Man the mangonel and the ballista! Get on it, everybody! And that's where we will end tonight's session of Nuuli Forged.
Well,
With 2 horny party members and an imminent ship battle.
Excellent.
nice. We really are in One Piece now.
True.
Yep.
I use my gum arms.
You ate the emerald fruit.
I need some gum arms. I'm too short.
Got Ozo with stretchy arms. That'd be great.
Wild. Wild.
Punch from 20 feet away.
Boom. Just you wait until I can punch ghosts.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a good
That's
time.
my favorite
Magical
thing.
fists.
Ghost doesn't think it can be harmed. You just slap it.
You're like, don't scare me like that, bro.
Well, I hope you all had fun between the Sharktocrab, and the floating tree of double fruits.
And now you are all very acquainted with the life cycle of the acorn and oak.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's that too.
Very
So I
educational.
hope you all had fun. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, I've Got It, and thank you, No Death King. Saw you. Thanks for chatting in a little bit. Sorry we didn't respond. But yeah, I don't mind a post guidance role for like things like that socially that aren't impacting anything. Like it's fine.
Wait, where do we respond to people that we're chatting?
It can be done in Twitch. Like in
Oh
the
damn!
Twitch
Do I
chat.
need another tab?
That is a you thing. That is up to you. But
I get too distracted too easy.
let's go around and say our goodbyes, and I'll figure out who we're going to raid. Let's start with Selenar.
Oh, hello. I am Jeff. This has been Selenar, and we'll do it again on Tuesday, a week from today. Thanks for watching.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Renata.
Hey, Mike, I played Renata, and catch us next week for some more sexy high hijinks.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ozo.
I'm Amber. I have been Ozo. Thank you for watching this episode this week. Looking forward to seeing you again, dear gentlefolk.
Wonderful, Lunine.
Thanks for watching, guys. I've been Lunine, and please stay tuned for our romance novel coming soon.
And Andra.
We thought we
hey,
thought Defect had a romance.
I am
Apparently
Sarah.
it's gonna
I
be
have
forced.
been Andra. Acorns are not very good to eat, but when they grow up and they make oak trees, they make fabulous furniture and fine home furnishings and all of those things. And you can watch our back episodes on YouTube and follow us on social media and watch us next week here on Twitch.
Do you know what else we can find on YouTube? Probably Cooking with Acorns.
Probably.
Not gonna lie, I mean, you'd probably find it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I have been Jared, your humble dungeon master here. Thank you so much for joining us on Nuuli Forged. We'll see you next week, which I believe is the 3rd or the 4th.
Something like that.
Third.
Fourth.
Third.
333.
Oh, right,
Summer's
'cause it's
over,
August.
man.
Yes.
Yeah.
The end of summer has come upon us. So thank you all so much for joining us. I think I've got it as right. You can boil them and grind them into a flour.
Yeah, but they taste gross.
Yeah, hop in this raid
They're very tannic.
to So Maddie Games. They're playing some D&D over there. Let them know that they have been newly raided, and be kind to each other, be safe, be smart, exercise, caution when eating strange fruits that appear on floating islands in the ocean. And we'll see you.
What could
We'll
possibly
see
go
you
wrong?
next week. Thank you all so much. Thank you. I've got it. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.